Okay, thanks for stopping in again at 9 World Chronicles. And if you caught my most recent video, I talk about Hellfire and the properties of Hellfire, how it's used, and who are the wielders of Hellfire, or some of the wielders of Hellfire. So I wanted to start off with this insertion to follow up, and this is the Balrog, a Hellfire or Wrath incarnation that we know of from J.R.R's legendary mythology. Now, this is a very specific type of spirit called a Maiar, and equally it just equates to a corrupted spirit or a servant of Morgoth. Now, obviously it aligns with like darkness and corruption, and its core energy happens to be Hellfire. And Hellfire, of course, is very interesting. This creature is associated with Hellfire, shadows, and destruction overall, infamously seen with the flame-wrapped sword or the fiery whip that it wielded as weapons. And the Balrog is not just a wielder of Hellfire, it is a being infused with Hellfire. Every movement it makes trails black smoke and embers. Its body radiates the wrath of a fallen spirit consumed by corruption and rage. And the fire of a Balrog, like Hellfire, is not ordinarily. It does not merely burn flesh, but weakens the spirit and the willpower of those who stand against him. Its mere presence exudes an oppressive heat, suffocating hope and courage. So the psychological component of it. And again, this is an unnatural fire that cannot be doused by water, wind, or any conventional means. Only the power of an equal or greater force, such as divine light, or extreme counterforce like absolute zero, can extinguish the fire that he wills, this Hellfire's. This Hellfire represents its fury. The Balrog also commands shadow, a living void that devours light, shrouding its Hellfire in unnatural darkness. This energy allows it to control how much of its presence is visible, shifting between a blinding inferno and an abysmal, lurking in terrible places, in dark spaces is where it dwells. In terms of its weaponry, we talked about its blade with its sword, which is wreathed in Hellfire, making it capable of slicing through both armor and magical properties. It wields a whip, which is both a weapon of torment and destruction, and its whip lashes out with the consuming flames, capable of ensnaring and incinerating its victims. It also has a level of judgment that comes with being this type of being. Though not bound to a divine mission, it serves as a force of destruction and reckoning, particularly in the Middle Earth's deep places. When it awakens, it punishes all who dare intrude upon its domain, acting as a demonic sentinel in the ancient world. Now, we talked about some of its weaknesses, and really with Hellfire, it's going to be the same. You're not going to use any water, but just know absolute water or absolute zero, sacred light, or very strong willpower, divine strength is the only thing that can really diffuse Hellfire. It is among the most powerful manifestations. He is a walking manifestation of that, embodying all that relentless wrath, destruction, and torment, and it serves as Middle Earth's closely equivalent to a demon of judgment. That's really what he represents in that mythology. It does acts that are not about the cosmic order, but as a vengeful spirit of the past, buried in darkness and waiting to be unleashed, so it can have at its fury. It is really exemplified in Gandalf's battle, which was a test of strength. That was the ultimate test for him, to have to descend into the underworld, to face this creature, and to emerge, he had to rely on embracing his divine light powers, his divine healing powers at the highest level, which is why he comes out as this new form of Gandalf. So this creature is wielding a very eternal kind of flame. It's an infernal flame that we see manifest itself in a lot of different ways, and this representation through the Balrog, I think, is a great addition to that mythology of what Hellfire is overall. If you have more to add to it on this piece about the Balrog, please hit me up in the comment section, but as always, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe.